Priyaya Kesavashaja Vishnu Bhakti Praladevi Sarivataja Vrindaya Tulsidevai Priyaya Kesavashaja Vishnu Bhakti Praladevi Sarivataja Vishnu Bhakti Praladevi Sarivataja Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai.
is the disappearance day of Srila Jiva Goswami. Generally, we read Chaitanya Charitamrita on Saturday, but today we will discuss about him. It's also the appearance day of Mahesh Pandit. Is that who? Yeah. So I will sing Ye Ani Lo Prema. Can I get a songbook? Okay, thanks. Ye Ani Lo. Is it appearance or disappearance of Mahesh Pandit? Drista Prabhu. 13th. Oh, Jagadish, sorry. They were brothers, Mahesh and Jagadish. And Ye Ani Lo Prema Dana Karuna Prachur Hey no Prabhu Kota Gela Acharya Thakur Kahamora Swarupa Kahasanatan Kahadasada Gunata Patita Pavan Kahamora Pata Yuga Kaha Kaviraj Eka Kale Kota Gela Goda Nataraj Gela Goda Nataraj Pashane Kutibo Mata Anale Pashibo Godanga Gunera Nidhi Kota Gele Pavo Se Saba Sangira Sange Ye Koi Lo Bilas Se Sangana Paya Kande Narotamadas Se Sangana Paya Kande Narotamadas Das. So translation of this song of sorrow, which we can relate to, the feelings of separation. We could read together. He who brought the treasure of divine love and who was filled with compassion and mercy, where has such a personality as Srinivas Acharya gone? Where are my Swarup Damodar and Rupa Goswami? Where is Sanatan? Where is Raghunath Das, the savior of the fallen? Where are my Raghunath Bhatta and Gopal Bhatta? And where is Krishnadas Kaviraj? Where did Lord Gauranga go, the great dancer, suddenly go? I will smash my head against the rock and enter into the fire. Where will I find Lord Gauranga, the reservoir of all wonderful qualities? Being unable to obtain the association of Lord Gauranga, accompanied by all of these devotees in whose association he performed his pastimes, Narottam Das simply weeps. So we see, I'll smash my head against the rock and enter into the fire, because that is less painful than the feelings of separation. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Dasvadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha. Okay, so a little bit about Jagadish, just that we know like one famous pastime when Nimai was a young boy and it was a Kadashi and he wanted to have grains, he wanted to have rice, and he told his mother, she said, we don't eat grains on Ekadashi, that's in the scriptures, so you know we don't eat grains. He said, yeah, but Jagadish, they cooked grains today for their deities. They made an offering for their deities. So I want to have that prasadam. So his mother or his father took him there because he was crying and crying and crying. He wanted that prasadam. And so he got to go to the home of Jagadish and Hiranya. And Jagannath Mishra asked, did you make an offering for your deities? And they said, yeah, we just finished the offering. And Nimai got to eat it, and he was very happy. So Jagadish is an eternal associate of the Lord. And in Krishna Lila, he was also an assistant somehow to the gopis. So now we'll go on to Jiva Goswami. Now, sometimes we have very, very little information of the great acharyas. There's very little written about them. But Jiva Goswami has so much written about him. And one thing is, often there's kind of different details, but the details are not so important as the essence. But Jiva Goswami is most extraordinary personality, and I don't remember where it is, if anybody else does, or in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, I believe Majjalila, but Srila Prabhupada gives a whole purport about Jiva Goswami and about the Sandarbhas. But Jiva Goswami, he was in Krishna Lila. Does anybody know who he is? Manjari? He is, nobody? Vilas Manjari. And he was the son of Vallabha and a scholar of exemplary character. So what happened was, we have like the associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then there's the second generation, just like here we have second generation devotees. So Jiva Goswami, Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya, they were second generation devotees. They appeared after Mahaprabhu left or when they were when he was still here, but they were just little babies. So Jiva Goswami, when he was only 3 or 4, we know, first of all, he's the son of Anupam. His father's name was really Vallabha, but Lord Chaitanya gave him the name Anupam, and he is the brother of Rupa and Sanatan. And so what happened was, we remember how Lord Chaitanya met Rupa and Sanatan at Ramakeli, and Anupam was there as well. And little baby Jiva was there. So he was only not such an infant, but 3 or 4 years old. And he was just absorbing, as Lord Chaitanya was speaking to his uncles and his father, he was like so much already at 3 or 4, just devoting himself internally that I want to be a follower of Lord Chaitanya. I want the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And so what happened was, then his father died when he was a little grown up, like a teenager, and it was very difficult. It was, but set him on the path of total renunciation. But when he was, when he went with his uncles to Vrindavan too, and there he just was not interested in anything but Krishna, and he would just, not any palatable food or fine dress, but even as a child, he made deities of Krishna and Balaram. I'm not sure if he made them or he obtained them, but he was very attached to his deities, and at a young age, every day he would worship them, he would do arti for them, he would cook for them, he would make different kinds of jewelry and dress them and bathe them, and he just would hug them to his chest, and so much. And he didn't want to play any games that his friends played. Oh, it says he made the deities, and he would offer flowers, sandalwood paste, and everything, and just gaze at them. He would sit in front of them with unblinking eyes and gaze upon them, and he looked like a golden doll. And when he paid obeisances to his deities, his eyes filled with tears, and he would, and then he would offer them sweets and distribute to his friends. Now, what happened was, like, he got the order. So if anybody talked like mundane news, he just couldn't stand to hear it. He would not hear anything. So now he had a dream. He had a lot of dreams, and he had a lot of fainting going on. But in a dream, Lord Chaitanya, because I know that so many devotees feel, oh, I missed out, sometimes just by a year or two, or I missed Srila Prabhupada's association, and they kind of lament about that. Well, imagine these devotees too, how they missed Mahaprabhu. He was just little. He got to see Mahaprabhu, but just as a 3 or 4-year-old, and never again. And so always feeling like, why was I born a little bit too late? And plus now, in the span of time, 10, 20, 30 years is a little bit too late, like to meet Srila Prabhupada. But still, he was like, why? But then he had a dream, like a spurti, a vision of Lord Chaitanya, and he was dancing in the Sankirtan, and he felt so much love for Lord Chaitanya that he left home, and he he had a few companions go with him, and then they went to Navadvip. And when they went to Navadvip, he got to meet Lord Nityananda, and he just faints all the time. Like, so he met Lord Nityananda and he fainted. And then Lord Chaitanya told him, Lord Nityananda put his feet on his head and he told him, you should go on parikrama. And he started glorifying. This is by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the Navadvip Dham Mahatmya. He just glorified how all the holy dhams, none are better than Navadvip. And they're all like the culmination, or cannot compare to Navadvip. And so when he put his feet on Jiva's head, Jiva fainted. He picked him up and he told him all about, you should go. And he said, all right, well, will you take me to Navadvip, take me on parikrama? And he said, okay, I'll take you, and let's go. And then another devotee went with them, and then another devotee. So when they went, the first place they went to, he said, he told them all about it too, where everything is and how many meters is this one's house, that one's house, everyone, all the close associates of Lord Chaitanya. But the first house they went to was the home of Mother Sachi. So he was so happy, and then Nityananda asked Mother Sachi to bless him. He would ask everyone to bless him, and Mother Sachi asked Vishnu Priya to cook very nice prasadam, and so we know Lord Chaitanya used to go there and take prasadam, even though when he was living in Jagannath Puri, he would still come. So Sachi Mata told Nityananda, you're just like my son. You are my son as well, so take prasadam. And so he felt so happy to have the blessings. And then Nityananda told him, after they had the whole tour of Navadvip, and he said, you should go to Vrindavan because your uncles, Rupa and Sanatan, are there. And so you should go take shelter of them. Okay, so then what happened was even Krishnadas Kaviraj, he wrote the Chaitanya Charitamrita during the life of Narottam. And then we know all the whole pastime, which we won't get into now, how Jiva Goswami, anyway, he became such an acharya in Vrindavan, even though he's the youngest. He's young, but he's very scholarly because he was sent. Lord Nityananda told him to go and study. There was a very great scholar, and I'll think of his name, a very great scholar, and you should go to Kashi and study under him. So by the time he was 19 years old, he was so learned in the scriptures, and he was considered a great scholar. So there in Vrindavan, even though the devotees had their Diksha gurus, he was the Shiksha guru of everyone. Like almost everyone, prominent personalities, they would take shelter of him. And we know when he was writing all these scriptures, Janava Mata he's in Vrindavan now, and then Janava, she wanted those scriptures to come to Vrindavan and they could copy them and have them there. So that's a whole beautiful pastime of, he gave also Narottam, he gave him the name Thakur, and then Dukhi Krishnadas gave him the name of Srinivas Acharya, right? And then Shamananda. So he gave them that task of bringing the books, but the books were stolen by dacoits because this king, Vira, he was a king in the day and a dacoit at night, and he arranged for his dacoits to steal because the astrologers said these three mendicants, they're carrying treasure in their bullock carts. They have great treasure there. So they're thinking the treasure, of course, means jewels and gold. But so they stole the books. So Srinivasacharya, he stayed there. Everyone dispersed, the three of them, and he was able, just through preaching at the king's court, because he had a pandit, and then Srinivas challenged him, this pandit. And so the king eventually became a devotee, and so he returned the books. So imagine how happy they were. I mean, if you lose any treasure, like, how joyful to regain it. But the Bhakti Shastras, when there's only one copy, that's all. And Jiva Goswami, he was like such a servant. He became the disciple. He asked Sanatan Goswami to initiate him, his oldest uncle, and he said, no, you should take initiation from Rupa Goswami. So although he's such a great scholar, he said, okay, well, let's see. He tested the disciple and also gave him menial service. Although he's like capable of the most scholarly work, for 1 year, he said, okay, he would, for Rupa Goswami's Radha Govinda deities, he would do all the, grind the sandalwood and gather the flowers, and then he would clean a lot. And because they wrote on palm leaves, so each leaf, there was no printing press. We can't imagine, because now every temple has a book room, besides personal libraries and temple libraries. There's rooms of Prabhupada's books for distribution. And so, but they had to write on palm leaves. So one service of Jiva was collecting those palm leaves and cleaning them off, and probably cutting them if they were wrong size, and making them, suitable for Rupa Goswami to write. So he did all this menial service for 1 year. And then, that he's quite a prolific writer, like 550,000 verses he wrote. And he wrote 25 books, and unfortunately, many of his books are lost. So it's such a great loss to us. But one thing, I'm just going to read a list of the books that he wrote. And, he wrote Harinam Amrita Vyakarna. Now, first of all, I have to say, like generally an author writes one genre of book, and at most two. If somebody, is a novelist, they write novels. If somebody does research, they write research books and commentaries on research. If someone is a poet, generally they just write poetry and maybe a little bit of something else. But in a very unique way, Jiva Goswami wrote all genres, all different kinds of books. So like this first one, Harinam Amrita Vyakarna, that is a book of grammar. But of course, just like we heard when Mahaprabhu was teaching, he would, everything was related to Krishna. So the same as this is a grammar book, but he said, grammar, first of all, you need vowels. So like any word, without a vowel, it doesn't we can't really make the consonants alone don't really sound like, just think of any letter. Without a vowel after it, then it's incomplete. So he said Krishna is the vowel, and he is the essence of every word. So like that. Like I have a cardiologist doctor, lady, her name is NG, Dr. NG, no vowel. And how do you say NG. I call her Dr. NG, but there's Nig with no vowel. But you see how it sounds like the I's in there, Nig. But it's very unusual and without vowels. Anyway, so that's his first book. Then he wrote Sutra Malika Datu Saraha Krishna Charana Deepika. So that's the light of Krishna's feet. And I don't know, I'm not familiar with all of these books, but Gopal Viru Davali, Rasamrita Shesha, Madhava Mahotsav, we are familiar with that, and that's describing the marriage of Radha and Krishna. Sankalpa Kalpa Riksha, Bhavarta Shukacha Champu. Okay, what's a champu? Again, here's a combination. This is very rare as well. One generally writes prose or poetry, but a champu is a combination. And of course, his magnum opus is Gopal Champu. And so it's a combination, and we have also the, by Kavipur, the son of Srini, the son of Srivas Thakur, or he also wrote Ananda Vrindavan Champu. So there are different champus, but it's very rare that one can write that. And then he wrote a commentary on Gopal Tapani Upanishad, so another genre, commentaries of great works. A commentary on Brahma Samhita, a commentary on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So his uncle, Rupa Goswami, wrote the Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and he wrote a commentary on Rupa Goswami's Ujjvala Nilamani, a commentary on Yogeshwara Sattvaka, Gayatri Basya of Agni Purana, Krishna Pada China of Padma Purana, Sri Radhika Kara Pada Stita China, and then Gopal Champu with two different divisions, Krama Sandarbha. Now we have the 6 Sandarbhas. Krama Sandarbha, Tattva Sandarbha, Bhagavat Sandarbha, Paramatma Sandarbha, Krishna Sandarbha, Bhakti Sandarbha, and Priti Sandarbha. So these are considered great, philosophical works. Like we have here, like the Bhagavat Sandarbha or the Tattva Sandarbha, establishing the supremacy of Srimad Bhagavatam as the ultimate authority. And then, of course, Paramatma, that's self-explanatory. And then the science of devotion and love. So it's very amazing. And, like we sing Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipuno, that the 6 Goswamis, they researched all these scriptures. Like we see here, he wrote commentaries on these different scriptures. So it saves us. We don't have the time. You have to start at least when you're 5 years old to study all the scriptures. And even then, that's like intensive study with very little of anything else in your life. So the Goswamis have distilled the essence of the scriptures for us. And then Srila Prabhupada has distilled the essence of their essence and presented it in a very digestible way, even for people of average intelligence. Because generally scholars, they write scholarly books assuming their audience is also scholarly, and so they write for them. But we see how Srila Prabhupada wrote for everyone, like everyone, no matter, and the Bhagavatam states in the beginning, right, that it's for everyone, the Paramahamsas and the neophytes, and everyone it's for. So time is running out, but one thing is his diversity of ability. Not only, like most scholars, like you heard of the absent-minded professor, and most scholars, they're like that. They're so absorbed in their head. they have a hard time with functioning with normal activities, just like eating and sleeping and bathing and keeping things clean and organized, right? You've seen them, and your professors, and some of them, they have a hard time conveying knowledge to the general people, to their students, because they're so in their head. Um, but then others are really good teachers. They're very personable, and also they themselves are warm-hearted, and you can imbibe the messages from them. But Jiva is everything. Not only that, he's a manager. He managed, the Radha Damodar temple, and then he even put it in a will, so that no governments or anyone can usurp it. So in many different ways, he was so good. We know, like, being a manager, someone who's a manager, they're generally not scholarly, and they're not writers and all that, but he's everything, just like Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada also multifaceted in ability. Okay, so time's running out. Let me just skip ahead to one time. So, one time Rupa Goswami was writing his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and he was in a secluded place, and Jiva Goswami was fanning him because it was very hot. Those of you who have been to India in the summer and are from India, it's very hot. And so he's just fanning him, and then Vallabha Bhattacharya came. He is the guru of the Sri Sampradaya in South India. Pushti. All right, Pushti Marg. Very respected, and he came there on a palanquin, and Rupa Goswami paid obeisances, and he asked him, "What are you writing?" He said, "I'm writing Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Would you like to see it? If you have any advice?" "Yeah, sure." And then right away, he said, "This is wrong. Mukti Bhukti Spriha. It's about how," he said, "this is not right." And there's that comparing mukti, liberation, to a witch. And so he said, "This is incorrect." And Rupa's like, "Okay, I'll change it." But Jiva Goswami's like fuming. How dare he correct my guru, Rupa Goswami, who is the topmost Vaishnava and who so much understands the scriptures. How dare he? So he just continued fanning, and then Vallabha went to bathe in the Yamuna. So Jiva takes his water pot, and on the pretext, because that was another one of his services, he would collect Yamuna water for the deities, and he goes there, and he said, he just strikes up a conversation with Vallabha, and he said, "I heard what you said, but my guru, he did not say that mukti is a witch. He said it's spriha compared." He said the desire for mukti is compared to a witch. The desire, and he explained it to him, and then Vallabha's like, "You're right about that. I didn't notice that word spriha in there. So you're right." So then he goes back, and then it's really hard to even relate this story. But Vallabha says, "You're a young disciple. He's quite brilliant. And he told me about the word spriha. I didn't really notice that. So it's correct." And then Rupa Goswami's like, I don't know, I guess Vallabha left, and he said to Jiva, "You are so puffed up. How dare you correct Vallabha? He is an acharya. He's way older. You're just a young kid, and you have the audacity to go and correct him. You do not deserve to be in Vrindavan, because in Vrindavan you can't be puffed up. So you need to leave. Go back to Bengal now." go. Can you imagine the devastation? Like, how devastating. You know, Rupa was his life and soul. So he didn't go back to Bengal. He went to the Yamuna and, in a village a bit away. And there was a crocodile hole, like the crocodile had dug a hole on the bank of the river and was not there anymore, I hope. But he just went in that hole and cried and still tried to write. And some of the local people put some chapati flour outside his hole, and he just would get some Yamuna water, and that's all he ate. Not every day, every few days, just chapati flour in water, and he just became emaciated, and we could just imagine like the grief in his heart. So then Sanatan Goswami, you know, Sanatan's like the father of everyone, very kind and loving, and they said, you know, Sanatan, you're so renounced, but there's this Baba, he's a young guy, and he's more renounced than you. And he said, really? Let me meet him. And they take him, and there he finds Jiva Goswami. And he said, come here. And he just like picked him up. He was so weak from not eating and crying, he became very thin. And he took him and he put him nearby Rupa, but not there. And he goes to Rupa Goswami, who was given a class. And then he said, Rupa, tell me, what's the main teachings of Mahaprabhu, you know? And he was saying that, like, what was it, Achintya Beta Tattva, and like always chant the holy name. And what else? Jivadaya. So what does Jivadaya mean? You know, compassion for the jiva. So what about our jiva? What about him? And then Rupa realized, oh, I was so harsh. That it's true, I was so harsh. So then Sanatan brought Rupa to him. I mean, he brought Jiva to Rupa, and Rupa Goswami personally took care of him because he was sickly now, and he nursed him back to health and took him back into his service, right? But then another time, real quick, you know, another time was when Rupa Narayan, big Pandit scholar, Digvijay, you know, whatever, he's on tour to defeat everyone in debate. So he goes to Rupa, and he goes to Rupa Goswami and says, I'd like to debate with you, you know, and he goes, oh no, you know, they're like, we don't want to waste our time with him. And they just say, oh no, I know you would defeat us, it's fine. He goes, all right, sign the certificate. He signed that I've been defeated, even though they didn't even debate. Then Sanatan, same thing. And then someone tells him, what about Jiva though? You haven't debated with him or, you know, approached him. And he said, what, just this young kid? No problem. And Jiva debated for 7 days, and all these Pandits were there, and they said Jiva won, but Rupa was not happy with him. He said, you wasted 7 days debating with him. You could have been chanting, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama.
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Aniyasa sakalen Priya Priti Manti Lasyan Dipan Dikayanti Jiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Amaham Bhajami 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 Govindam Adi Purusham Amaham Bhajami
So in glorification of Jiva Goswami and the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, we'll sing the prayers to the 6 Goswamis, but because it's rather lengthy, we'll sing it together. Okay? And then so that you can read the last line, we can just, we'll sing that one twice. So I'll just sing. Oh, let's see. Let's see what page. H-I-J. I don't see it here. Oh, these are the songs. Not. It's a K. So A B C D E F G H I J K. Krishna Kirtana. Oh, yeah? Okay. 47. Okay, thank you. All right, ready? We'll sing together. Krishna Kirtana Gana Natara Paro Premamrito Niti. Can you get the stand? Dira Dira Jana Priyo Priyakaro Nirmatsaro Pujito Sri Chaitanya Kripavaro Bhuvi Bhuti. Oh, thanks. Rupan. Sorry. To Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipuno Sadharma Samstapako Lokanam Hitakarano Tribhuvane Manyo Sharanya Karo Radha Krishna Padara Vinda Pajanan Nande Namatalika Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalaka Shri Gauranga Gunanubana Navidao Shraddha Samridyan Vital Tapo Tapa Nikrintano Tanubitam Govinda Ganamritai Anandam Buddhi Varnanaika Nipuno Kaivalya Nistadako Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako Chakta Turnama Shesha Mandalapati Shrenim Sadatu Chavat Utpadina Ganesha Kal Karunaya Kalpina Kanta Shrita Kopi Bhava Rasamrita Badahari Galola Magno Muhor Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako Sankhya Purvaka Namakana Nativi Kalavasani Krito Nirahara Vihara Kadi Vijito Chatyanta Dino Chayo Radha Krishna Gunasmritir Madhuriman Nandena Samohita Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako Kujat Kokila Hangsa Sarasaguna Kirne Mayora Kule Nana Ratna Dipada Mula Vitapa Shri Yukta Vrindavane Radha Krishna Mahor Nisham Prabhojito Jivarta Doyo Mudo Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako Radha Kundata Te Kalinda Tanaya Tire Chavam Sivate Premo Madhava Shara Shesha Dashaya Grastau Pramato Sada Kayanto Chakadahare Gunarimam Baba Vibhuto Milda Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako Hey Radhe Vajadevi Ke Chalalite Hey Nanda Suno Krita Shri Govardhana Kalpa Pada Patale Kalindivane Kuta So Shanta Vriti Sarvato Rajapure Ke Jaira Mahavi Halo Bande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Sri Jiva Gopalaka Bande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Sri Jiva Gopalaka. Translation, I know it's a little lengthy, but just once or twice a year we sing it. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are always engaged in chanting the holy name of Krishna and dancing. They are just like the ocean of love of God, and they are popular both with the gentle and with the ruffians, because they are not envious of anyone. Whatever they do, they all pleasing to everyone, and they are fully blessed by Lord Chaitanya. Thus they are engaged in missionary activities meant to deliver all the conditioned souls in the material universe. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures, the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus they are honored all over the three worlds, taking shelter out because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna. Offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are very much enriched in understanding of Lord Chaitanya, and who are thus expert in narrating his transcendental qualities. They can purify all conditioned souls from the reactions of their sinful activities by pouring upon them transcendental songs about Govinda. As such, they are very expert in increasing the limits of the ocean of transcendental bliss, and they are the saviors of the living entities from the devouring mouth of liberation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who kicked off all association of aristocracy as insignificant. In order to deliver the poor conditioned souls, they accepted loincloths, treating themselves as mendicants, but they are always merged in the ecstatic ocean of the gopis' love for Krishna and bathed always and repeatedly in the waves of that ocean. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who were always engaged in worshipping Radha Krishna in the transcendental land of Vrindavan, where there are beautiful trees full of fruits and flowers. Under their roots, all valuable jewels. The Goswamis are perfectly competent to bestow upon the living entities the greatest boon of the goal of life. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who were engaged in chanting the holy names of the Lord and bowing down in a scheduled measurement. In this way, they utilized their valuable lives, and in executing these devotional activities, they conquered over eating and sleeping, and were always meek and humble, enchanted by remembering the transcendental qualities of the Lord. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who were sometimes on the bank of the Radha Kund or on the shores of the Yamuna, sometimes at Vamshivat. There they appeared like madmen in the full ecstasy of love for Krishna, exhibiting different transcendental symptoms in their bodies, and they were merged in the ecstasy of Krishna consciousness. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who were chanting very loudly everywhere in Vrindavan, shouting, Queen of Vrindavan, Radharani, O Lalita, O son of Nanda Maharaj, where are you all now? Are you just on the hill of Govardhan, or are you under the trees on the banks of the Yamuna? Where are you? These were their moods in executing Krishna consciousness. All glories to six Goswamis of Vrindavan, including Jiva Goswami.
Vijavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipanam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra Pita Niyamita Smarane Nakala Etadrishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Dordaiva